All right, we've got some high school hoops coming up tonight. St. Thomas Aquinas playing Central Catholic in the first of two between these rivals, I guess you could say. And we welcome in Hack Jr., Matt Hackenberg, the head basketball coach of the Knights of STA. How you doing, Matt?
Good, Sammy. Thanks for having me.
You bet, bud. Tell us about your season so far, ups, downs, and what do you think? I know it's early, but you probably have some sort of opinion about your club as we move ahead here.
We're sitting at 4-4, and we're still trying to find out exactly who we are. We've had some nice wins. Manchester was a nice win for us. We had some close losses, games that we could have got if we were further along as a team, and probably Northwest and Garaway. But I'm very pleased with our progress that we're making and the effort that we give on a day-to-day basis in practice and in all our games.
Who has been, I don't want to say carrying the load, but maybe a couple of guys that you've had to lean on here early before you really find out your identity?
Austin Hill's leading us in scoring. He's our four-man, and he's a nice shooter. He's got nice touch about anywhere on the court, and Anthony Snyder's our shooting guard. He's another lefty. He and Austin are both lefties, and he's scoring about 12 points a game for us. And then we've got our big guy inside, Will Berger. He's blocking shots and cleaning up stuff in the paint, and a couple other guys throwing in some points here and there when they get an opportunity.
Matt, when do you think that you will try to be set on some sort of rotation?
It's a process, and we've changed it up quite a bit. Our starters have stayed the same fairly for the first 8 games, but we have mixed up the bench rotation, and it's actually a feel thing with me, depending on who our opponent is and what style of play they're playing. Sometimes we go a little deeper, or sometimes we tighten the bench up a little bit.
Matt Hackenberg joining us, the head coach of St. Thomas. The Knights take on Central Catholic tonight at Walsh University. We'll have all the action for you right here on 1480 WHBC. The girls play at 6, and the boys' game will follow 20 minutes after. Give me your impressions of the St. Thomas Central Catholic rivalry. How much do you know about it? Compared to some other rivalries maybe you have been a part of in the past, and how much are you looking forward to, your first one here tonight?
Very much looking forward to it, and I know it's a big deal, partly because they're sending you there, and if you're there, it is a big deal.
Well,
this is the game that everybody's pointing to, and, I've only been asked about it every other day since I got the job. Hey, what's Central guy? How are you guys going to do against Central? And I'm looking forward to being able to give them a concrete answer after tonight to exactly how we stacked up. But I'm a little concerned that we might get some unbiased commentary on your Central guys. We got to throw Mark Milano in there to.
Well, don't worry. You guys always have us outnumbered because Milano shows up to put the hex on us, and then DeCola wanders in with his tablet and camera. We don't have a chance.
We got a little balance there. I like that.
We don't have a chance tonight. You know what? And I think you're going to have a night. I mean, there's always a decent crowd, but I think you may have a little bigger crowd tonight because a lot of the area teams, Matt, are out of town this weekend. They're in Christmas tournaments or some shootouts and classics, and there's not a whole lot of action in Stark County. Outside of the NBC, everybody's kind of on the road, so you may have a close to a full house tonight, and that's always fun for the kids to get out there and play in front of a couple thousand and do what they can do.
I'm excited for the environment. I think the only similar environment that I'd have ever coached at is in the district tournament when I was at East Canton, and we actually played St. Thomas Aquinas in the district semis, and then district finals we played Campbell Memorial. But I think attendance-wise, this would be the only other game that could stack up to those two. But I don't think there was quite the amount of emotion that there will be tonight as there was in those games that I coached in.
Yeah, these games are always usually pretty close. Sometimes they come down to the last shot, the last possession. Free throws are always a key in a game like this. Intangible-wise, Matt, what are you guys doing well now? Are you hitting your free throws? Are you not committing that silly foul late in the game? What about that?
We've made a major effort to take it back to our fundamentals to reduce our turnovers, and a couple of losses we had, we were up around 20 turnovers. We've put a focus on that in practice, and we've actually had some really nice games where we only turn the thing over, 9, 10 12 times in some of these games. I think it's very key for us, to keep our turnovers down. But this is a game that people would tell me, you throw the records out the books with this one, and I didn't understand how that would work until they showed me a video from a few years back. There was an 0-13 St. Thomas team that knocked off a pretty talented Central team, and I said, wait, that does make a lot of sense. Maybe you can't just throw the records out the books with this thing and go play it. So I'm excited.
Speaking of Central Catholic, we had Coach Pellegrini on yesterday. They're still trying to, get their identity. I think they're 3-3 on the year. What do you know about them? And tell us about their, the things that they do particularly well.
We've seen them 3 times, either myself or a scout, so we know quite a bit about them. We know they've been to at least a few of our games, so there's not going to be too many secrets. We know they've got the point guard Russell. He can penetrate and cause problems getting in the lane, and they got the big left-handed kid Van Kunis who's got nice touch, and I think he leads them in scoring. But I know they play a lot of guys that are high energy guys, active guys, and we've got to combat that with our depth that we have on our bench.
Matt Hackenberg, head basketball coach at St. Thomas, joining us here on WHBC. About 7:45 or so tonight, the Knights and the Crusaders will battle from Walsh University. Matt, good to catch up with you today, my friend, and we'll see you over at Walsh, and good luck tonight.
Always good to talk to you. Thanks, Andy.
You bet. Matt Hackenberg, head coach of the Knights.